Hi, it's Phyllis Taliaferro. I'm doing another segment of Ask Phyllis Today. We're in Panola State Park, outside of Atlanta, in the Atlanta metropolitan area. It's a lovely day, and thank God we got through the hurricane last week. I had guests from Savannah, but luckily everything worked out fine. My relatives down in Fort Lauderdale and Miami and Naples, everybody seemed to be doing all right. But we need to talk a little bit about being prepared, because this is high hurricane weather. And I don't know if I told you, but I was involved with Sandy in New York. I had a place on the beach in New York City, Far Rockaway, and I left. The mayor said, leave, evacuate. But we had time to prepare for that one. We had years to prepare for that one, because we knew there was going to be a 70-year hurricane. So FEMA, police, the fire department, Red Cross, everybody was preparing people. But I was shocked. I was the only one riding along the ocean in my car, leaving the area to go to New Jersey. I saw people getting little bags of sand to put by their homes. Trust me, first floor of every house or apartment building in Far Rockaway was gone, absolutely gone. And those are the things we have to prepare for. So I think I talked about medicine and important documents, passport, driver's license, social security cards, but you have to take water, food for 3 days, blankets. You have to be prepared for 3 days and get at least 50 miles away from where the hurricane was. That was for Sandy. But in Florida, they were telling people, leave Florida. So whatever they say, my advice to you is, if you are told to evacuate, please do it, because if you don't, then it's too late. Telephone number 917-520-0892. Please give me a call, and then you can reach me at AskPhyllisToday on gmail.com. So please contact me. I'm looking for more questions from you. But I had a really important question from a lovely person who I thought had all of her marbles as long as I've known her, until she wanted to know about leaving her husband of 30 years for a dashing young man. And she did it. She left her $1 million house for a dashing young man who had nothing, and now she's miserable. So do you do that? Heck no. You keep him on the side the same way men do. You don't give up your home. You keep your fella on the side. That's what you do. Ladies, please don't go nuts, because now she want to go home, but she doesn't know how to get back home. My children do not listen. That was another call that I got. My children do not listen to me, and I want to spank them. The word wasn't spank. And they said, I think she needs a beating. I don't think the child needs a beating. I don't think the child needs a spanking, because you have to lay down ground rules from very early in life so that children know what the limits are, and then you don't have these problems. So spank or beat the child, no, I'm not in favor of that. I told the lady, no, please don't beat your child. Try to figure out for yourself what's going on with you, because it's not the child that's got the problem, according to Phyllis. How much of an allowance? That's another question that comes up. How much of allowance should I give my kid? Well, I think I go by how old the kid is. It's a 5-year-old kid, $5 a week sounds great. 12-year-old, $12 a week. I go by the age. There are other parameters, but I think by the age is great. $15 a week for a 15-year-old, and 16, 17. Now by 18, they got a job, and you don't need to give an allowance anymore. So they have it. And then, of course, it's always negotiable. So this is just a guideline for people who want to know about giving allowance. And then allowance should be something more than, I need you to do chores or you won't get your allowance. Should be different issues. The allowance should be there, and you lose privileges if you don't do what you're supposed to do. But the allowance has to stay in place, and it's not just so the kid has some money that they don't know what to do with, but we have to teach children at a very early age of how to save part of the allowance. So that piggy bank for a 5-year-old is really important. 12, 15, you know, they got to save for those $100 sneakers. So I think that's pretty much it on allowance. Now, when you go away to college, that's another question I had. A young man who had worked all summer went away to college his second year. Then after he was there 2 weeks, he didn't have money. So my question to him was, well, what happened to all the money you made during the summer? I spent it. As soon as he got it, he spent the money. Please, you can't do that. Again, you have to learn that you have to save, especially a young man going away to college. He needs some money to put in his bank account. 2 weeks later, he doesn't need to call home to say, I need some money. We did the savings, we did the computers. Oh my God, that's another problem that parents are having with their children. And that's another question I get. Just taking all of the electronics away. That's ridiculous to take away all of the electronics. I don't know if you lay down ground rules before, because that's what you need to do. You need to lay down ground rules. So when you can use the electronics, that it goes off at night, that you do or don't allow your children to watch the vicious videos. I hate the vicious videos. I think that they should have videos that talk about certainly school things, increasing grades, but certainly videos need to be something that parents and children talk about. So the Kindle, the computer, the video games, you need to start a conversation, and you can make a contract with your child. A contract that the two of you agree on. Not something that you alone create, but a contract is between two people, and you need to determine between the two of you exactly what's in the contract. When can he use or she use it, the computer, or when can he or she watch the video games. And you need to, the American Pediatric Association has a contract and some very good information on what to do about kids and video games. Okay, so we talked about savings that you're learning from age 5, so that when you get to college, you don't go off in the first 2 weeks after you get there, after you've worked all summer, you don't have any money, and you're calling for money. Women, I'm sorry, I have to tell the truth. You need to be like the men. You don't give up your home and run off with a dashing young man. You do what the men do. You have a little sweetie on the side. Sorry about that. Hello, Grandma. How much time do I have? Hello, Grandma. I think I'm going to have to do that on the next one, because Hello, Grandma is a really, really important videotape that we have to do, because we have scam callers calling people. So, listen, so you're going to call me at 917-520-0892, or you're going to check me out at askphyllistoday@gmail.com. Please, get in contact with me. I need your questions. Hi, have a good day. Talk to you later.